So my name's Ivy Cohen. I'm the Executive Director of the Lawrence Township Education Foundation. We're a private, nonprofit organization that exists solely to fund grants in our public schools. So here in Lawrence Township, we have 7 public schools. We have given close to $3 million in grant funding. So we love to see grants like this that are incorporating technology and music, and there's a great scope and reach, and it allows so many kids to experience things that they normally wouldn't be able to do and certainly wouldn't be possible without funding from organizations like us. So this is something great that we see other education foundations, which exist across the country and all up and down New Jersey, to learn about and say, well, this is a great opportunity for them to consider getting involved with their schools and their music programs to consider funding for.
And what are you looking for when people apply? Do you give out specific grants, or do people approach you with projects in mind?
So most of them are project based. They'll come to us and say, I have an idea that I want to bring to my classroom, whether it's a field trip or an assembly or technology or professional development. We fund robotics programs, 3D printers, arts, music, literacy, math, anything you can really think of. Lots of books and tools, teaching tools in the classroom. So we look at the need, the scope, the feasibility, the length of benefit. So something like this, every kid in the school can use it. There's definitely a need because with JamHub, you can play so many different instruments that he could never afford to buy 25, 30 different kinds of instruments. So it kind of puts everything right there at his fingertips, which was really what drew us to wanting to fund his project. But we look at the sustainability and how many students will be reached. We fund grants that'll affect 7 kids in a gifted and talented program, or we fund projects that'll 1,000 kids that school-wide assembly. So kind of runs the gamut of the kind of things that we fund. We look for innovation. We want things that are cutting edge, new technology, new things that are new and haven't been tried before. We kind of sometimes see ourselves as a little test kitchen. A couple years ago we funded these field trips that took kids in the 4th grade across town. This is their hometown. They learned about the history. They learned about some Civil War things that happened here. And it was not a big grant, but it's sustaining. Like, these are things that keep going on. So sometimes we fund things and they last a year and that's the end of them, and sometimes we fund things that keep going. So we're always looking for teachers who have great ideas that we can help bring it to fruition.
And how do people get in touch with you if they're interested in donating, or are there other ways for the community to be involved in a grant program like yours?
There are. We have a volunteer board of trustees who meets to decide the direction of the organization and makes the actual grant funding decisions. But we have a website. It's LTEFNJ.org. We have a Facebook page. People can follow us to see what we're doing in the community. But yeah, we are privately funded. We write grants to outside organizations. We have individuals in town, corporations in town, faculty and staff giving, United Way. There's a whole lot of different ways for people to get involved, learn more about us, and make donations, because every dollar that we raise goes directly to our public schools.